I haven't read any of the reports that say that the Batman is terrible, but there have been reports of that. And those reports all come from stupid, unsourced YouTubers like Doomcock and all that. I don't know who those people are, but I haven't read the articles. But Grace said that WB is concerned about there being too much violence and aggressiveness in this movie, and it's again WB being WB, but they're caring about toys, and they're saying that Grace is saying that they think that the mental health issues in this movie is concerning because they cannot use that for selling toys. So, do you think this report could be true? And if true, do you think that's a valid concern for WB?
Like I people went and they absolutely tore Grace apart because she reported this. And like Grace is not the most reliable of source, but I believe her more than I would say a Doomcock
Yeah.
or any of these other bloggers. Like because she gets private screenings. She interviews all the stars from Netflix. Zack Snyder, she is known. She's popular. She has nearly 1 million subs for good reasons, not for like clickbait stuff. She reviews movies. She does trailer reactions. She does breakdowns. She puts a lot of work into her channel, like a lot of YouTubers. But I think she's very much reliable, and I like watching her videos. So I don't think she'll make this up. You know, and she was right in a way about Birds of Prey
Yep.
as well. About them reshooting
I think the
that,
Birds of Prey
changing stuff,
director
even though
just
Tatty Yen
embarrassed
came out and said,
herself. She literally admitted what Grace was
yeah,
saying.
because we all know it's because you watch Birds of Prey, there's stuff definitely cut out of that. The whole Birds of Harley Quinn black mask dancing scene. There's definitely that was longer, stuff like that, and even the ending, and it's just you can see that film was changed in a way, even though yeah, we don't some of you don't like it, but like to think that Warner Brothers are 100% happy with the Batman and they don't think that it needs any changing whatsoever, or that it might be commercially bad for their toys. Just go back and look at Batman Returns with Tim Burton, which led to him walking and not coming back for the third movie, which led to Michael Keaton walking and not coming back for the third movie because Warner Brothers were concerned about
Toys.
the appeal to children. They brought in the toys and they brought in Joel Schumacher to change the tone. Even Joel Schumacher wanted to make a dark Batman movie, and he kind of did with Batman Forever, but it was still very much messed with the studio. There's even a director's cut of that and stuff. Batman and Robin was just made just for toys. So I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers have cold feet about the Batman and how dark it is. Look what they did to the Snyder Verse and the world that he was building there and his movies. So like I don't think Matt Reeves will take any shit. He walked before from Warner Brothers because they wanted to change stuff on him. He will not let them fuck with this movie. And if it means that he doesn't come back for a second, he won't come back. He'll make sure that this movie is put out the way he wants, but he might not return for a second. He might be a new director for the Batman because he faced so much shit on this movie. But I think the movie's good. I think it's going to be great. But I'm not surprised that Warner Brothers are concerned about how dark it is.
Send it.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, and I genuinely do not believe that Matt Reeves would let them mess with the film. I don't see that. I didn't know about Matt Reeves walking away before, but if he's done it once before, he'll happily do it again. I mean, if you commit a crime once, you're going to do it again. So screw Warner Brothers. Uh, Also, that's crazy to find out that I didn't know that as well. Like, finding out that, you know, um, in the past, this has happened before where they lost confidence. They wanted to sell toys. They've learned nothing, literally, in like 50 years, whatever it's been. And here we are again, just repeating history because this company doesn't learn. They don't have faith in their own products, and it's less. It's actually less of a faith in their products. It's more of they they're lost and they don't have confidence in what they're doing rather than the product. Like if they don't have a goal. If as a company you make a product, right? You say, okay, well it's not working for us, but they don't even know what kind of
Yeah.
product they want to make. That's what's wrong with the company. It's a mess. and I really do hope that things change over there with this new merger. Because as it is, but this is the thing, right? This is what's frustrating. Is as a company, they're doing well in some regards, in financially as well. But how how much more could they be making if they said, "Hey, we want to do all these great things and continue and have confidence in them"? But they're not, and they could easily be like making 3 times what they make right now if they chose to, believe in the things that they want to
I
do.
agree. I think that. Go
Well,
ahead.
because why are they concerned about this movie's tone when they have a animated dog coming and they have animated HBO Max Cartoon Network series, a new Batman show? Why are they concerned if this
The
is going to be
Aquaman
dark
show.
when they have like when they have 3 or 4 different light Batman products coming out in the next few years? Why are they concerned about one of them being dark? Doesn't
Listen,
make
I
any sense.
think I think they're
Yeah,
look, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm a Hollywood executive or working at Warner Brothers, but I do understand their point of view of having to appeal to the masses because they want to do business and they want to sell toys with that, and they want to maximize the revenue for from one franchise, right? I completely understand that, but the part where
but that's the issue. Sorry to interrupt, but that's the issue. The masses don't care.
exactly that the point.
The fans care, and this is what happens, right? Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is what happens. This is everything that's happening with the CW as well. They made their things. CW, and they chose to focus on comics and comic book shows, which were great. But they took what they had and they made it generic, and they lost viewers. That's what's happening again. The more generic you make it, the more you lose your people. You focus it. The people that are there for the reason that they came for, they'll stick around. But you make it generic for everybody, then you lose those fans that came there for that one thing. Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah,
but I had to say
absolutely.
that.
Like, I think their concern is valid, but they're not going about it the right way. Their concern should be to make the thing that they're making in the best way possible so that it can generate those toys and stickers or pencils or whatever the fuck you want to make about it. Because anyone can just go in and buy a Batman Funko, no matter how many times he kills in the movie. There will definitely be a Robert Pattinson Batman Funko Pop, and people will buy that if the movie is good. So the focus should be on making the movie good in the first place. That's always should be the priority. That's always where they were lacking, the new management. They should first of all make the movie good, and that will in turn get you, the audience interest in more movies or toys or t-shirts, merch, whatever. So I think that their primary concern should be making the stuff good and letting, well, not letting your filmmakers do whatever they want, but maybe working towards making the best product possible. Because that is still possible
Yeah,
by, collaborating. But they don't know that.
yeah. But see, they can always continue to make this great products without great like physical, toys to sell. Because listen, kids, when you buy a Batman toy, right? You're not gonna go. Kids aren't gonna learn about like the
Yeah,
everything that happened in the movie, right? You probably won't be showing a movie like this to children because it's
yeah.
a serious movie, right? So when you buy them a toy, what you're gonna be like? They're not gonna know everything that happened in the
And
movie.
it's
If someone got
R-rated.
beaten up
Which
brutally,
kid is
no,
going to watch it?
it's R-rated. There you go. So what does it matter? What does it literally matter? It doesn't. The only thing you're doing, this is again, it's nuts. If this is true, and I probably think it is because it's One Brothers, right? It just shows to me that they are more lost than ever before. Because how can you not know that when kids go buy a toy, they don't really know about the history of everything that happened in the movie. You'll go buy, I mean, it's Batman. You're gonna go buy a Batman toy. You're gonna go buy a Superman toy or a Wonder Woman toy. It's the trio. You don't need the reason to buy it from because it's in the movies. You'll buy it because
Yeah.
it's freaking Batman. That's that simple. You make a cool toy, people will come to it. That's simple.
I think when the Nolan Batman movies came out, the comic book genre wasn't like as huge in terms of like
Yeah.
toys,
Yeah.
merchandise, T-shirts, everything like that. Because Nolan movies came out, they were pretty dark and they were successful. They weren't worried about how dark they were because they
Yeah.
were successful. It's changed now because when the Dark Knight Rises came out, the Avengers was just coming out, and that's when that big Marvel Cinematic Universe started to become a thing, and that's where everything went through the roof. Merchandise, toys, you got streaming service now as well. I think they're concerned at that, and they also don't just look at the movie as something to make money from, but also everything else. Because back when Nolan made those movies, it wasn't as big. Of course, you had X Men and Spider Man and stuff like that, but comic book
Yeah.
movies were looked down upon in a way, and now they're more of comic book show a movie, have to go see that because that's what everyone's going to be
Huge
talking about.
credit
So
goes to Disney
that's
as
probably a
well.
lot to do with it as well. Yeah,
Yeah, and because like
yeah,
the toys thing
they're
also comes from there because they not just MCU, they have Disney has a lot of cute little characters in movies that are definitely just specifically made for merchandising and toys. You know, like your Groot or your Baby Yoda and stuff like that, right? You specifically have that to sell toys. So Warner
yeah,
Brothers wants the same thing.
yeah. Um, yeah, it works, and like I wouldn't be surprised if there's some little cool side character in Shazam or in Aquaman too if they wanted to try and do those things, because yeah, as you said, that's a good example. That's what they want,
The
and
Suicide Squad has Starro.
it's a
Yep.
business. It's a business.
Well, we'll see what happens with this movie. I'm not that much hyped. I want to see where this goes, and I want to see another trailer. The first trailer was good, but I didn't get that much hyped for it, especially because I don't think I'm ever going to get as hyped for another DC movie from Warner Brothers from currently, because I know that the trailers could be the best thing ever, but the movie could be totally shit. So I'll just wait for the movie to come.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Um,
do. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. You're speaking. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I was gonna say is that yeah, I don't see anything else that Warner Brother has that has me excited. I really liked Aquaman. I really did. I think it was a big bad turn away from what Snyder had, but I really liked what I saw in the first movie. Wonder Woman 2 was a mess. The first one was great. Flash had me excited, but they messed with the entire movie. I just don't see anything that they have coming down the line for a long time, probably, that could be anything anything remotely interesting as this. Or, yeah, I just don't see that. The only thing that could take my attention again is if they announce a sequel, but then again, I haven't seen the movie or just Snyder Cut or something. Yeah.
Yeah, of course I love Matt Reeves. Everyone knows that. I love the Planet of the Apes movies, and I think Robert Pattinson. People judge him on Twilight and Harry Potter, but they look past his indie movies. Talked about them countless
The
times. Lost City of
Lighthouse.
Z,
Everyone should watch it.
Ro- Rover, Lighthouse, Good
Mhm.
Time, all those kind of things. So he's a terrific actor. I think he
Oh,
plays a good
incredible
job. Of
actor.
course, I would prefer a Ben Affleck Batman movie. Of course, that's my favorite Batman. He's the best Batman of all time, but doesn't look likely right now. So I'll take Robin Pattinson as the Dark Knight. I'm sure it'll be a great movie. So looking forward to that. Hopefully, it's not messed with too much, and hopefully, it's Matt Reeves' full vision. So right now, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I hope so. And DC fandom is coming up.